Welcome everybody to Nine's Corner. I am Nine. It's so nice to meet you. And if you're returning, welcome back, my dear friends. I have been having the most difficult time. I don't know if you've heard about it in the news, but Rogers, which is of course the company I'm with for my phone and for my internet, had an outage. Now the government has come and said it's not something like a cyber attack, but do you believe the government all the time? So I thought I had been so inconvenienced. I literally had to go to town to upload my weekly vibe. So that'll tell you. And I've not been able to get emails, phone calls, nothing. So let's have a look and see what was behind the Rogers outage, because I feel as though I don't know that they would tell us the truth, to be honest with you. There's just something there. My spidey senses are up. So we're just going to look and see, is there anything to this Rogers? Ooh. We start off with the Ten of Pentacles. So this has to do with family matters. So I feel like this right off the bat tells us that this has to do with security and within the family. So I'm thinking it could be within the company, somebody within the company, somebody who, a disgruntled worker. It seems like it's an insider type of thing. Page of Swords, a spy. Okay, this is something unknown, unseen. So I think that there's something that happened. I believe it's somebody that was involved with Rogers Company prior to, because it's in the family, it's in the business. That means somebody's involved. There's a spy in the camp. Interesting. We got the Six of Swords. It's like they're going to get back up and there's going to be a recovery from this. It's going to be fine. I don't know that we're necessarily going to hear about it truthfully, not for a while. I think that there's something internal that went on, and they're trying to keep it internal. They're trying to deal with it within house. But there's something to it. Something eventually we'll hear about this. So there's more to this story than what they're telling us. Anyhow, so I also want to mention, maybe I'll just pull a card for him, but Tucker Carlson. I have to tell you, if you don't know, I'm going to tell you because it is so beyond offensive to me, and I think it's really important we call out some of this BS that's been going on. Tucker Carlson blamed women as the reason to why there's mass shooters, because we drive white men crazy. What? Like, this Tucker Carlson, like, he's insanity. And yet, it's total insanity. And there's so many people whose only news is Fox News. So let's just pull a card and see what is behind this with Tucker Carlson. Does he actually believe that women are the cause of it? Or is this, him just trying to do what he always does, sidetrack? Seven of Cups, my friends, there is nothing nothing is as it appears. So he is definitely planning this out. There's a reason, because obviously they don't want to say anything about guns. They'll say everything and anything but about guns. But this is showing me that this is total corruption. What he believes is not what he says on television, and that he's doing this for no other reason than power and corruption. There is this underlined hope or want or need to see the Republicans in power regardless of how. And Tucker Carlson is somewhere where we have to look, because this is what represents a certain number of the population. And that's just like, wow. I just want to mention it because it was really annoying to me. Okay, so we're going to look at Mr. Steve Bannon, as Mr. Bannon We're going to look at Steve Bannon as he is scheduled to talk with the January 6th committee. I don't know how that's going to go. He does have a pardon for stealing the money right out of the Republicans' pockets, the everyday person's Republicans' pockets. But hey, he got away with that. But a pardon's not going to help him with what he's facing now. So first, let's see what's going to come of the January 6th committee meeting with him. And he also has the possibility of seeing jail time because of contempt of court. I think he has 2 against him. So let's look into that as well. So let's look what is happening with Steve Bannon. How is he going to act or react to the January 6th committee? How's it going to go? Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon. Have you ever noticed that Steve Bannon and Bill Barr kind of look alike? It's like Bill Barr is the younger version or the cleanup version or of Bannon. I don't know. There's something I keep seeing the 2 of them together. So anyhow, let's look at Monsieur Bannon. Sorry, I hear the chickens up. Right out of the gate, guys. Tower. So he is definitely going to be starting on the wrong foot. He's going to be acting up without support. He's going to play Steve Bannon. He's going to push against it. 2 of Wands. He's trying to figure out what does he go with. He wants to take care of himself as an individual, but he also wants to CYA when it comes to everything to do with Trump, because he used Trump to do what he wanted to do, and he said he wanted to take down the government, to what was it, deconstruct. And so I think he's going to probably try to plead the 5th or say, I don't know about that, or I'm not sure, or I don't remember. He's not going to be full forthright, and he's going to try to change the conversation to one that's positive for him. 9 of Wands. He's trying to defend himself. It is going to be it's going to be a Bannon show. He's going to try to say as little as possible. He's not just going to come out and go, blah. It's going to be defending himself. Underneath it all, we've got the 4 of Wands. So he wants to maintain and pray that the Republicans get back in power so he can continue doing his mission of deconstructing the government. That's all, On top of it, we have the magician. I really feel as though he is going to use his own power to say what he wants to say, to avoid questions. I think it's just going to be a lot of Steve Bannon. A lot of Steve Bannon. But with the tower there could be something that he says that they can use, but it's like pulling teeth with him. I want to know, at the end of the day, will Steve Bannon end up seeing any jail time due to the 2 contempts of court against him? Will he get any time for the 2 contempts? The Fool. New beginning, silly decisions. I think, yes, he's probably going to get jail time, but it's not going to be years and years. I think he is thinking he's all that in a bag of chips, and then he's going to have a little egg on his face. So, yes, I think there's a high probability right now that, A female is going after him. A female is going after him. A female is going to hold him in contempt. There's a plan here. A female who has a plan to be forthcoming in the January 6th committee. I think he's going to be Steve Bannon, but I think right now the energies are such that there is a possibility that he could be looking at jail time for contempt. So, to finish it off, I thought let's have a look at some of the players that are being subpoenaed by the grand jury in Georgia. Love it, love it. Let's start with Lindsey Graham. Oh my God, this man needs to go. He literally went down to Georgia and tried to figure out how to get rid of some of the votes, whether it be mail-in votes or whether it be, do you think that somebody was politically inclined to change the votes? So he called Brad Raffensperger and tried to talk to him about this. So, I mean, I can't imagine how he's not going to get in trouble. I can't imagine how he's not. I mean, this is proof that he is guilty of trying to overturn the election. I can't believe we're here talking about Lindsey Graham. I mean, I always knew he was a doof, but I didn't realize he was such a doofus. So let's look at Lindsey Graham and see what's going to come of it. Because right now he's like, no, I'm not going in there, and I'm going to get a lawyer and say I shouldn't be there. So let's just look and see. Lindsey Graham, the Ten of Wands, he's feeling the pressure, he's feeling the strain. He knows that if he goes forward, there's no chance he's not going to get in trouble. He feels the strain, he feels this, Queen of Swords, oh my God. They are going to go after him. They are not going to let this go. They have proof positive that he was involved, and there is a Queen of Swords here who's going to make sure that this case gets looked at. Lindsey Graham, he is going to try to CYA. We got the Knight of Cups, so I think this is showing that he's going to be offering any kind of excuse or anything to try to delay, to stop, to do anything he can to get away from this cunning. He knows he is 100% guilty. He's part of it. He's part of the plan. The Fool on top. Wow. Sometimes tarot just tells you who you're dealing with, and this is a complete and utter fool. A complete and utter fool. So, Three of Swords for the outcome. So, look, he's going to do a lot of dancing and trying to get around it. He feels the pressure. He's been foolish. He is going to try to do everything he can to avoid this, but I think at the end of the day, he's going to get in trouble. There's going to be some results in this. I think it's going to take time. That's the part that's so annoying here, because I can see the beginning, the bubbling up of some drama. But boy, does it take time. Boy, does it take time. So Lindsey Graham, heartache is on the way for you, my friend. So let's look at Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani is going to be going in front of the grand jury himself. What's going to happen with him? Giuliani. Oh, low battery. Ace of Pentacles. Boy, does he have the information. He knows about the money. He knows about all the different things, like, 'cause he's in on all of it. I don't know why he's such a best friend to Trump. It's like, my God, there's something here in the past that really connects them. There is a connection here. Knight of Swords. So he's going to be trying to get away from this. He's going to try to fight this. I don't think we're surprised by that. I think the Knight of Swords just shows how out of control he is. So he has the information, he has the relationship with Trump. I feel like he's going to try to say as little as possible. I just want to check about the Dominion voting. Will he be found guilty? Because I think before we did a reading about Giuliani and we said, yes, he'll be found guilty for fraudulently saying that the Dominion voters' boxes were somehow touched or affected or changed the votes to Biden or some such thing. Four of Pentacles. So he's going to be caught, and I do think he is going to be found guilty and have to pay money towards the Dominion for defamation. I'd like to see if Sidney Powell is going to pay, because she's involved and she has the same thing going against her. So I'd like to see if Sidney Powell will win or lose her case against Dominion. Three of Wands. She's waiting to see what's going to happen. I feel like Giuliani, we're going to see her using delay tactics. We're going to see her, I think, maybe try to see what's going to happen with Giuliani, working with Giuliani. There could be like an actual deal. Ooh, I just said there could be a deal reached and I got Temperance. So maybe with the Dominion voting box issue, there could be a deal that would be towards the both of them rather than them individually. So I think that they are going to be held accountable financially. I don't see jail time here. I see them cutting some kind of deal, and it looks like they'll probably try to make a deal with both of them. So interesting. Let's have a look at who's next. Jenna Ellis. Jenna Ellis, who was Trump's lawyer and who has, she was caught for writing a memo to Pence saying, hey, here's how we can win the election. She was willing to change the outcome. And so she's right in there with Rudy Giuliani, right behind him. Remember, she was there when Giuliani was draining all the color from his hair onto his forehead. She was there with him. So she's knee deep into all of this as well. So let's look what's going to happen with Jenna Ellis. King of Pentacles. So right off the bat, she's going to be influenced by Giuliani. I think that he has told her, listen, stick with me and I'll get you through this. I think that they have offered her money or said, listen, if we're going to get in trouble, we'll help offset it. I think that's probably why I saw the two of them having some kind of deal together when it comes to the Dominion case. But she knows. I mean, she's right in on the ground floor with everybody. Temperance came up again. So maybe she is, I feel with the Temperance coming up, it almost indicates that we're going to hear a lot of like, I can't say that because I can incriminate myself. So they're really going to be trying to strike a balance that's for their benefit. It won't be for the benefit of the people. Ooh, Jenna Ellis. My darling, you are going to see jail time. You are going to see jail time. You are going to be the sacrificial lamb. Underneath it all, the Tower. Oh my God. Okay, okay. Two of Pentacles. She is going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place. They are going to push blame, and they're going to go after her. And I believe that she will be one of the people that, from this fallout, will end up seeing some kind of jail time. Isn't that amazing? Ooh, and Jenna Ellis, this could be her losing her, if not jail time. I still feel like it could be jail time. This could be her losing her law practice or being able to practice law. There's going to be a result to her, 100%. So, wow. And to round it up, let's look at John Eastman, who, another lawyer of Trump's, but let's face it, from what we can gather, it seems like he's an intelligent man. It seems like he knows the difference, but told it to Trump anyway to say, hey, this is not legal, but here's how I would do it. So I feel like he's just a dirty, two-faced lawyer trying to play both ends of it and trying to keep himself out of trouble. So I think he's going to be a slippery fish when it comes to testifying. So let's have a look and see. John Eastman, what's going to happen with you? Wow, okay. He's really nervous. He's worried. He's losing sleep over this. Wow. Maybe, like it's like maybe because he's a lawyer and he knows all the possibilities that could happen, just like if you were a nurse and or a doctor and all the things that could happen if you got a certain disease, then maybe he's stressed out about the fact that he knows that, you know, Six of Wands. There's going to be a lot of deflection. He's got his back turned here, so I think it's true that he's probably going to be saying, "I plead the fifth," or I can't do this because I'm going to incriminate myself." I think he's a lawyer and he's going to use all his lawyerly. Is that a word? I think he's going to use all these lawyer tactics. We got the Emperor. So there's some kind of connection here with Trump. Why would the Emperor show up? Or maybe that's because he's going to use executive privilege or do something like that. But Trump's on top of it. He's in with Trump. Three of Wands. Just waiting. He's going to be... Oh, Five of Wands. He's going to be difficult, technical, and he's going to really wait things out until he can get his point across. It's like he's not going to talk, and when he does talk, it's going to benefit him, and it's going to be very little. He's just going to wait to see what they're going to say and do rather than be the sayer and the doer. So it's going to be really restricted here. But there's something about Donald Trump here. Why would he show up so prominently? Is there some kind, I don't know. There's some reason why the Emperor's showing up here. Maybe it's just executive privilege, but something just seems a little bit weird here. Or maybe, I don't know, something's here about the Emperor. So probably going to, push back. Maybe that's what the case may be. Alrighty. So that is our reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for spending the time with me. As always, I have our unity candle lit for each and every one of us. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, and do all that kind of good stuff. Leave some comments and questions below because my battery is really going low. It's at 5% now, so I really got to go. I look at the comments. I really do try to catch them and read them. Unfortunately, I have bad internet on a good day, and the last few days I've had no internet, so I've missed phone calls, emails, text messages, the whole 9 yards. So I love answering questions for you guys, so put them in the comments below. So until next time we chat, my friends, cheerio and take care.